It's the second leg of the Triple Crown. It's the Grade 1 Preakness Stakes. It's a mile and 3/16 with a purse of $2 million. It's race number 13 on Saturday at Pimlico. Before I take a look at the race, last couple weeks I've picked up a lot of new subscribers to my channel, and I want to welcome you all to the channel. I want to thank you for subscribing. Let's take a look at the field. Look at the one horse, Mugatu, at 20-1. His only win has been against maidens. Tell you what, when the gates open, you're not getting 21 on this horse. You're getting much higher than that. You're going to get way more than 20-1. Last time out in the Bluegrass Stakes, finished 5th. He was 181-1 in that race. His owners didn't even bet on him. He's got to step up his speed figures big time in this one. You're getting 20-1 morning line on the one horse, Mugatu. Let's take a look at the 2. Also at 20-1, it's Uncle Heavy, ridden by Irad Ortiz. Broke his maiden at Parks. 2 races after that, won a stakes race at Parks. The next time out, became a Grade 3 winner in the Wither Stakes at Aqueduct over a muddy racetrack. Last time out in the Wood Memorial, well, he was wide throughout that race, finishing 5th, behind by 11. You're getting 20-1 on the 2 horse, Uncle Heavy. Let's take a look at a horse that I like, and I like him a lot. It's Catching Freedom. I've used him on my tickets in every race that he's run this year. I like this horse. I'm a fan of this horse. Last time out in the Kentucky Derby, well, I picked him to win the Kentucky Derby. Finished 4th. Only behind by a length and 3/4. Not bad at all. His trainer, Brad Cox, though, he doesn't run horses much at all in the Preakness. In fact, he's never run a horse that raced in the Kentucky Derby in the Preakness. He's never done that. This is the first time he's doing this. He's only running horses one time in the Preakness. That was in 2019. So he must be pretty high on this horse to run him off a 2 weeks rest after the Kentucky Derby. He must feel pretty good about Catching Freedom. He's a closer, and I don't see much pace in this race at all. The only pace horses in this race, well, they both belong to Bob Baffert, and you know that they're not going to get into a pace duel. That's not going to happen. So he's going to have to be a little bit closer to the pace. You're getting 6-1 on 3 horse Catching Freedom. I will use Catching Freedom, as I always have. I will use him again on my tickets in the Preakness. Let's take a look at the 4 horse. At 8-5, it's Muth. Look at his record. 6 races, got 4 wins in 2 seconds. Broke his maiden by 8 3/4. 2 races after that, became a Grade 1 winner, American Pharaoh. Finished 2nd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Next time out, in his 3-year-old debut, won the San Vicente. And in the Arkansas Derby, I picked him to win the Arkansas Derby. He finished in front of Mystik Dan by more than 6 lengths for a Kentucky Derby winner. His trainer, Bob Baffert, well, he's won this race 8 times. And this horse, well, he's firing bullets coming into this one. This year's Preakness race, this is Bob Baffert's Kentucky Derby. You're getting 8-5 on the 4 horse Muth. I will use Muth on my tickets. He should be close to the pace in this one. Let's take a look at your Kentucky Derby winner at 5-2. It's Mystik Dan. And it's great to see him running in this race. Ken McPeak, he was kind of on the fence. The horse is looking pretty good. Ken McPeak says he's eating more. Mystik Dan is ready to go. Last time out, what a great ride he got from Brian Hernandez. Hernandez doing his best impersonation of Calvin Burrell. Pulled out the win by a nose in the Kentucky Derby, beating Sierra Leone, who should be, I think next time you see Sierra Leone will be the Belmont Stakes. Forever Young finished third in that race. Impressive third by Forever Young. He's back in Japan, but we might get to see him again in America in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and that would be nice. Keep an eye out on the weather. There's a really good chance of rain. As of right now, there's a really good chance of rain on Saturday. We know that this horse loves a muddy racetrack. Few of these horses in this race have never raced over an off track. Weather could play a major factor in this race. I will use the Kentucky Derby winner on my tickets. Last time the Kentucky Derby winner has won the Preakness, well, it was 2018. It was justified. Let's take a look at my favorite horse. Horse that I will be rooting for. Horse with a bunch of owners, and I'm one of them. It Seize the Gray at 15-1. What an impressive win in a Pat Day Mile. I was so proud of him and so impressed with him. Great job by his jockey. He was up pretty close to the pace, and that pace was pretty solid. Torres backed him off just a little bit. I think that was the difference. He won that race by a length and a quarter. I will be rooting for Seize the Gray. And of course I'm going to use him on my tickets. But they're asking a lot of this horse. They're asking him to come back for 2 weeks rest. Last time he did that was the Bluegrass Stakes. He didn't do so well in that race. Last time out, they cut him back to a mile. Now they're going to stretch him out to a mile and 3/16. Come Saturday, this will be his fourth race in less than 2 months. Now Wayne Lukas knows how to win this race now. He's got 6 wins in the Preakness. Seize the Gray is going to have to step up his speed figures. Now he's 15-1 morning. Now there's something called the My Racehorse effect. A lot of these horses, for My Racehorse, they get bet down a lot because they have so many owners, and naturally their owners like to bet them. So they take a lot of money. I don't think it's going to have much of an effect in this race because there's so much money wagered in the Preakness. I think you're going to still get some pretty solid odds on this horse. I mean, look at the Pat Day Mile. That was the day of the Kentucky Derby. Got 9-1 on him in that race. That was pretty good. So they're going to bet him, but you're going to get some pretty good odds on this horse. I will use Seize the Gray on my tickets. And good luck to him. Take a look at the 7. Other Lukas horse. It's Just Steel at 15-1. How often do you see a horse finish 17th in the Kentucky Derby and come back 2 weeks later racing the Preakness? Last time it happened was 2013. Last time out in the Kentucky Derby, he was part of the pace early. Well, he just fell apart. Finished behind by 33 lengths. Tell you what, in the Arkansas Derby, I didn't even use this horse in my exotics because I thought he needed some time off. I mean, they've been racing this horse a lot. Well, he proved me wrong, didn't he? Finished second in the Arkansas Derby at 32-1. And once again, I think this horse needs some time off. They're finishing 17th in the Kentucky Derby. Now he's racing back in 2 weeks. Just maybe, he might prove me wrong again. Wayne Lucas is making the jockey change in this one. Joel Rosario getting 15-1 on the 7 horse. Just Steel. Take a look at the 8. At 8-1 is Tuskin Gold, trained by Chad Brown. Chad Brown has won this race twice out of 6 starters. That's very impressive. Chad Brown scratched him out of last week's Peter Pan. Broke his maiden at Gulfstream by 6 1/4. Next time out, finished 3rd in the Louisiana Derby. Pretty impressive. Behind Catching Freedom, finished 4th in the Kentucky Derby, and Anna Marie, who bounced around like a pinball in the Kentucky Derby and had no chance. Another horse that finished 6th in that race was Antiquarian. Antiquarian won the Peter Pan last week. 8-1 on the 8 horse Tuskin Gold. Now, Tuskin Gold has never won a graded stakes race. And 23 of the last 27 winners of this race previously won a graded stakes race. And getting 8-1 on the 8 horse. Take a look at the other Baffert horse. At 6-1, and your pace setter is the 9 horse. Imagination. Look at his record out of 6 races. 2 wins in 4 seconds. Broke his maiden in his 3rd try. 2 races back, won the Grade 2 San Felipe. Then in the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby, got into a nice stretch battle with Stronghold. Well, Stronghold won that battle, winning by a neck. He's firing bullets coming to this one as well. Tell you, he goes to the lead. He doesn't have much pace in this race. He could be tough. Muffa's going to sit just off him. And these Baffert horses, they're not going to wear each other out on the lead. That's not going to happen. He could be an interesting play at 6-1. These are the horses that I'm using. I'm using Catching Freedom. I'm using Move. Mystik Dan. Of course, I'm going to use Seize the Gray. Horse I'm going to pick to win. Well, I'm going to go with the trainer that has won this race 8 times. I'm going with Muth to win at 8-5. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know who you're picking in this race. Good luck to Seize the Gray, and good luck to all of you.